So guys, I had the most weird dream. I was dreaming about this future MacBook with mini LED, iPad Pro-like design, the return of MagSafe, more I/O, no touch bar, everything we've wanted in a MacBook, and I just thought to myself, that would be perfect. The thing is, that wasn't just a dream. We have credible information. I can't believe I'm saying this, but we have information from accurate sources about all of everything I just mentioned happening with the redesigned MacBook Pros we can expect at the end of 2021. So yes, without further ado, let's just get into this. I am so ready for the future of MacBooks. Make sure to like and subscribe, click that notification for the latest Apple news and rumors. And with that being said, let's just tuck in. So this information comes from Min-Chi Kuo, the Apple legend himself. He's been leaking for a decade now, so we can take his information with some credibility. And I'm very glad about that, because usually when we get information like this, it's from all kinds of anonymous Twitter sources claiming all sorts of things with no such credibility. So yes, this is quite refreshing. So the first thing Kuo mentions in this report is, of course, the sizes, 14 and 16 inches. That's going to be the new sizes for the next gen MacBook Pros. We've known that for quite a while. Now, in terms of those displays, we have confirmation once again that Mini LED is coming to these redesigned MacBook Pros. So to recap, Mini LED is going to be LCD with the benefits of OLED. So it's going to be as close as an LCD can get to OLED as possible, I guess. So deeper blacks, brighter and richer colors, and better contrast is what we can expect with these mini LED panels, and it should be a substantial upgrade from the current Retina LCD panels we've had on the MacBooks for a while. Another change, of course, will be the design. So Apple seems to be in love with the iPad Pro, and so much like they did with the iPhone 12 in 2020, we have, of course, the flat edge design coming to the MacBooks too, and apparently there'll be no curves to be seen at all. It'll be a flat-edged, proper iPad Pro-like design, and again, I am very excited about that, because we haven't seen a redesign to the MacBook Pro lineup since, of course, the original 2016 Touch Bar model. So yes, I am very much looking forward to this. This is going to be super refreshing to the lineup, and yes, those flat edges, they're going to be beautiful. The next change with these MacBook Pros is something that's left the community quite split, and that is the omission of the touch bar. So of course, the touch bar in general was quite a polarizing feature of the MacBooks, because there's one half of the community who loves the touch bar and the features it brings, but of course there's another half, like myself, who doesn't really like the touch bar, and so this is absolutely great news. Now realistically, why is Apple getting rid of the touch bar? Well, I think it's because the touch bar has been kinda infamous over the years for being pretty unreliable, and as professional machines, people need reliability, and so as they depend on their machines for everything, the omission of the touch bar might be the better move. I mean, for people who touch type, the touch bar is pretty terrible because you have no haptic feedback, and so you have to look and glance at the bar to see what you're pressing, which of course isn't as efficient, and so yes, from that stance, I can see why Apple is planning to get rid of this. Now, of course, I do understand there are people out there who love the touch bar, and so hopefully Apple can bring it back. Of course, I have in the past covered some rumors about Force Touch coming to the touch bar. You can check out the video here in the icon above, but essentially, I'm thinking that maybe Apple will perfect the touch bar and make the execution slightly better of the great idea, in my opinion, and bring it back on future models. Anyways, we now move on to, I think, the part I'm most looking forward to, and that is the return of the MagSafe charger. So the MagSafe port is this incredible invention from Apple. Essentially, it's a magnetic cable that if you trip on, doesn't send your MacBook flying across the room. And well, Apple got rid of this feature with, of course, the Touch Bar MacBook Pros because, well, Apple didn't feel the need of having a port just for charging and pretty much not anything else. But it seems Apple's forgotten that they said that, and now they're bringing it back. So yes, Kuo mentions in his report the MagSafe charger as it was is coming back to the Mac. Now, this is great news, as I've expressed already, but this seems really odd to me because I feel like Apple's made the transition to USB Type-C, and like I said before, including a port that is just used for charging seems to be a little redundant and also seems like a waste of space to me. Though what I'm thinking is that maybe Apple can combine USB Type-C and MagSafe and somehow have this magical combination so you can charge with the MagSafe tech, but also use that port as, of course, a traditional USB Type-C port for various things. Anyhow, I'm not going to complain. I am very, very happy about that. As someone who has stuck to his 2012 MacBook Pro, I'm happy that when I upgrade, I will still be able to retain the magnificent MagSafe port. Talking about ports, the good news just keeps on coming because Min-Chi Kuo says that the next MacBook Pro should have more I/O, and he doesn't specify what exactly will be added, but he says that most users may not need to purchase additional dongles anymore. This is fantastic news because I have always kind of been put off the modern MacBooks because I'm not really willing to join that dongle life. But if Apple can give us all the ports back and make this a pro machine once again, this is going to be something I will be upgrading to on day one probably. I am so amped. Now, Min-Chi Kuo does go on to say a few other tidbits about these MacBooks. For example, there will be no Intel version on these machines. So I believe we heard a story a while back that apparently Apple was planning to give us an Apple Silicon and Intel version of these redesigned MacBook Pros, and I'm glad to hear that because Intel does not need to ruin these amazing machines. Also, Min-Chi Kuo mentions that apparently the same heat pipe design in the current 16-inch MacBook Pro should be coming to the 14-inch MacBook Pro too. So compared to the current 13-inch model, the 14-inch should have better thermal performance. So couple that with the possible M2 or M1X chip, and we're in for a winner. This is going to be a beast all round. I just can't wait. Timothy, show us that price. And I say show us the price because I feel like that's going to be the catch with this MacBook Pro. You see, everything I just mentioned is my dream MacBook. I wasn't lying. I have dreamed of a MacBook like this. I know I am a very sad person, but that's me. I have always wanted a MacBook like this, and so I'm so ready for this, but I feel like there has to be a catch. There has to be something that's wrong with this machine. And I feel like the Achilles heel in this case will be the price. The price will definitely be going up, I think, because Apple can justify giving us a price hike when they're bringing back a lot of features we've always wanted. For example, the MagSafe charger, the better I/O, the lack of a touch bar, all these things the community has been begging for years is finally happening. And so there's got to be a price for all of these demands. Now, yes, I know that Min-Chi Kuo told us that because Apple saves money through Apple Silicon, that could offset the costs of these new upgrades. But guys, we have to be realistic. How is that even possible? How can Apple give us all these upgrades at the same price? I just don't see it happening. And so I do think a price hike is very much on the way. And to be honest, even if Apple could keep the price the same, you know, this is a prime opportunity to ask more money from the consumer. And so Apple is definitely going to be taking advantage of this, and Timothy's going to be earning a ton of money. I remember in a few videos ago I said that Apple could increase the price by $300. I said that kind of jokingly then, but now with these upgrades I can see Apple doing just that. For example, we have the $1,800 4-port MacBook Pro, the 14-inch will replace that, and I can see with these features Apple easily making the base price $2,000 at least. So yes, I think that is going to be the big catch with these MacBooks. If you want those premium features, you've got to pay the big bucks. But guys, I'll be honest, I think the price hike is kind of justified for all these upgrades. I am willing to pay the big bucks. So Timothy, I have my check ready. Collect it and give me the MacBook, please. I want it now. But anyways, I want to hear what you guys think. So tell me in the comments below, would you be willing to pay a higher price for all these feature upgrades? Because personally, I think I can justify it. But of course, that is a case-by-case basis. So tell me what you guys think in the comments below. And on that note, I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, click that notification, check out a video here in the icon above about some iPhone 13 upgrades coming out this year too. And on that note, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya, peeps.